My name is Daniskov. I would like to go over the 12th session on dairy technology. And here we are going to be dealing with cheese in storage. First in the fermentation room and then into the ripening room. The cheese we're going to deal with here is mainly Gouda, Havarti and Esrom cheese. Now the types of cheese of course are very depending on the size and what type of cheese it is, how you're going to be storing them. For instance, for the semi-hard cheeses, which these three belongs to, the fermentation room temperature varies, but in general we follow following. For Havarti, it can vary from 12 to 13 degrees C up to 20 to 22 degrees C, and for Esrom from 15 to 17 C and up to 20 to 23 C. But the normal rule is that the soft cheese should have a higher humidity in the room, as we want a heavy smear, which helps in the ripening. And in the ripening, I also mean the flavor, because some of these flavors that comes from the smear will penetrate into the cheese and help the ripening and the flavor. Now, of course, depending on how long you're going to keep that on, that will intensify the ripening. We know, for instance, from the experience that I had in Denmark, that the export of Esrom cheese that we sent to Germany, we left the smear on, it didn't get washed, and these were 500 gram size cheeses, square cheeses that was just packaged in foil and shipped off that way, and was fairly fast ripened. But also, of course, depending on how long it takes to ship them down to, say, from Denmark to Germany, how long they're in transport, will also depend on the ripening process and the temperature that they're kept at. Normally, under transport, they're kept at cooling temperatures, but of course we know from transports that they can vary. Now the smear can be regulated, and you can actually, without adding any, if you have a normal production going and you have lots of cheese going through the room, there's a natural contamination of the smear from one cheese to the other, even on the shelves. Although we clean them in between, there'll still be some sitting in the room. But now, to make sure that you have a production of cheeses that is at a certain standard, you should always use a smear to be introduced in your regular production. Now, smear can be made from lactic acid bacteria, like a buttermilk, mixed with brine, and added bacteria, Brevibacterium linens, and some Geotrichium candidum. Now, there is some recommendations that I have from the old Visby and Germany, and I can give you these information should you need them. Now, when we go into the humidity in the air, it should be about 95%, and this should be without circulation. Now, if, for instance, the smear takes off fairly quick, you can regulate that with increasing some of the air circulation, and otherwise this was helpful information maybe. Now, when we go into the ripening room, there's, of course, we go to a lower humidity, as low as 90%, where we had 100% before. and the temperature is lowered to 16 to 18 degrees, and sometimes to 12, depending on the type of cheese. Now, these extra information, that I don't want to go into too many details on that. If you need some more information, just send me an email, and I'll look after that. Next time I'll talk something about the cheese after they have been ripened and how they are shipped out. For instance, how they are covered with a paraffin, which comes in different types. So that's it for today. Bye for now.